Okie dokie. Hello, everyone. Hey, Dark. I am going to try playing a note here. Let me know if this is like too loud or what. It's registering at like -24, so it shouldn't be too loud, I think. But you can hear that, right? Hey, Phil. Yeah, hopefully you can hear this. Hey, Sinistel. Okay, yes. Yeah, so I just got Renoise. I downloaded a bunch of samples from the site. So let me go and unzip these and install them. Do I need to install all of these? Also, what's a license for these? Is this my license or just a license? Okay, yeah. No, it's just a license and it says you can just use this. That's pretty good. How do I install this? Install samples. I think I can just drag them somewhere. Free to put them wherever you want. So could I just load them from here? How would I do that? Switch to your user, switch to home, switch to some specific volume, switch to... Huh, these tooltips don't really show up. Well, I could also just double click them and I think they would install them. I just don't know where. All right, let's try this. NES static panic. Let's just double click that. Okay. It put it into here. Huh. Was it broken? Did it put it in one of these folders? Where do I even find these? Reveal and Finder. Oh, nice. Yeah, so here are a bunch of samples, but the samples here are SFZ and Flax. I think this is supposed to install them to a particular location. I just don't know where. Instruments? Like, do I have the NES static panic here? No. It didn't ask if I wanted to install it. The first set I could have sworn did ask me that. I think I just double clicked this and it did something. Or maybe no, not that. The library is already installed. Would you like to update or overwrite the existing one with the new one? Com Renoise elements. I just got to figure out where this is even going. This stuff should hopefully be like a one-time thing. And I think it's in here. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's a thing at the top here. You'll find some downloads of sample packs to install. Simply drag and drop it onto Renoise or Redux. Click on the small load icon in the preset area when drag and dropping does not work. Okay, click on the small load icon in the preset area. This? Toggle disk browser? I don't know what the preset area even means. Yeah, I'm a little bit lost. Hey, Leap Year Girl. Oh, this one maybe? No. What am I doing? It might have already installed them. I might even be using them. I just don't know which ones are which. So yeah, Renoise, how to install, what are these called? XRNL. Available for use through the preset menu. Huh. Where is this? Hey, T-Bot. Home documents Renoise. That's where I am here, right? No. Hang on a second. Documents Renoise. Okay, I see this. Ah, installed libraries. Here it is. Aha. So I have not looked at this myself yet. Interesting. Adam's apple indeed. Hang on a second. Engage privacy mode. Is this gonna work? It might take some time. Yeah, it might take some time. All right, I'll just let that run. There we go. All right, I want to make sure this is closed. All right, so I do see them there. How do I get to them? Do I click this? No, I don't want that. I also don't want that. Nor that. Install libraries. Here it is. Multi-samples. Found them. All right, how do these sound? That is not right. Oh, that's loud. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I want to install all of these things. How do I easily do that? Because I think I should write this in my notes. Installing presets on Mac OS. They go in documents / Renoise. Arcturus. Needs more cowbell. Needs more everything. We don't have anything yet. And this is here. So on Mac OS, I just double clicked. Well, I double clicked this and it worked just fine. Got installed to this. However, that did not work for all of them because I tried doing that for this and it didn't install it there as far as I know. It just tried putting it into the project. Yeah. This is a nice sound. Very cool. But this doesn't help. I need to figure out how, like, what do you do when they're just individual things like this? How do you install that? Well, let's keep everything together. How about we start with doing that? So let's go to taking a look at Apple Creator Studio. No, what's that? Renoise. Okay, so here it is, the user library. Okay, I see. So it's up one from the user library. In Renoise, to use the libraries, the typical directory is up one level from the like default library location. But I think you can just click one of these buttons, right? Yeah, so click the little person icon. Click the like the person icon. Like a person all the way on the right. And then click install libraries. Why are you going with this instead of FL Studio? I wanted to give this a shot, and I think tracker music is used for a lot of different video games. And since we're just making like tons of video games, pretty much, that I think this will help us achieve that sound more easily than with FL Studio. But also, yeah, this is my stepping stone. If I end up liking this, I might end up finally buying this thing that I've always wanted. This is not a good purchase in my mind. It's $350. Renoise just cost me $100. And whatever I make on this, I'll probably just have to export as like a WAV file or something. So if I like Renoise, I think I can justify buying this maybe. But otherwise, probably not. Hey, Ganele. Welcome back. I'm stealing you from Redbeard. You will no longer watch Hearthstone. Woo! You will only watch this. So yeah, this is the last thing. How do how do we install this? Do I just put this in here? What if I just, The problem is these aren't XRNI files, right? None of these are? No, they're like just WAV files. Can I just put this here anyway? Let's just try it. I mean, what do I lose by trying it, right? Yeah, that worked. Okay, cool. So if instead of installing that, it opens or like adds that single instrument to Renoise in your current song, then you can just drag and drop the whole folder to your installed libraries directory, e.g. documents/Renoise. Okay, so this is pretty easy. So let's go install everything. Now I know how. Now I know what I'm doing. So beats slaughter, or possibly beats laughter. Insurance samples. Let's look at the license for all of these things. Royalty-free music productions shall not be redistributed. Exceptions made to allow them as part of Renoise songs. Excluded from this exception are dummy project files. Okay, yeah, sounds reasonable. So let's just drag that onto there. Done. And then we need these three. So let's go get this one. Library has been installed. Cool. Now this one. Library has been installed. And then this one. And this we probably need to copy paste. Yeah. All right. So we should have all of the libraries that I got for free from renoise.com. And now we can just mess around, I guess. So I had some general music notes typed out. Where are those? I got to save these somewhere. Copy path. Save my music notes. Hey, Goose, 115 streams. My goodness. All right, so if we have something loaded that I can, let's try to find something. We have what? These, and that's it? Wait, why is this one empty? Why is this empty? Pure magnetic. That's strange. I don't think it should be empty. Refresh. Oh, maybe I'm already in that folder. I might already be in that folder. Yes. Yeah, I understand. I see. All these other ones I had to expand, I guess. All right, what is this stuff? Ooh. Interesting. I don't know what I'm doing, in case it's not obvious. This is playing a chord. I don't know why. Oh, here we go. This is apparently part of the instrument that's playing everything. If you like the sound, how do you just maybe click off? Oh, that's it. Okay, that's not bad. Hey, Sarah. Okay, so what do we have in terms of this? Whoop, forgot the green screen's right there now. Yeah. Platformer. turn this up. I can't really hear this. Okay, interesting. Should probably figure out some drums at some point too. I'm just messing around with instruments for right now. Let's see what else we have. This is going back to the old. I guess it's easier when you have an instrument that just matches these things for you. There's quite a lot here, though. Hey, Tay. I need to play Ocarina of Time. Thanks to those like 6 notes. Maybe Formula 8 Alex. Is that professional software? This is Renoise, and I am currently learning it. I think it is professional software. And I want to eventually make a platformer tune here, but I'm just kind of messing around with music for right now. The instruments, I mean. Interesting. What else do we have? Flute-ish. Hmm. There's probably a lot you can do with this stuff. Okay, let's look at the next one here. That same like glassy sound. Hmm. How would you amplify this if you wanted to? Here? This isn't doing anything. What is it supposed to do? Instruments global volume. This changes all samples something instead of leveling the output of all effect chains. It didn't make a difference though. I need to check this or something? No. Huh. Oh, here's volume as well. Let's try that. Okay, it's working, but it caps out here. Huh, interesting. I wonder how you set this to like much louder then. Oop, how do we get that back? There we go. Oh, what else do we have here? Oop, that's very loud compared to what we had. Okay, let's go into one of the other things that we have here. Maybe this one. Instruments, synth. Okay, let's just try messing around with this stuff. I know some of the very basics here. Let's find some yeah, drums. What is this? These are not what I would call drums. Oh, I see. I don't like this at all. They have samples for some stuff here. There is quite a lot. Delete. This is not a snare sound. Kick. That actually sounds like it's percussion at least. Yeah, I don't think I like this person's stuff. Elements. These are named very strangely. These have reverb built in. I like it. It sounds nice. Sliced percussion fills. There's quite a lot here to just figure out. Maybe we should stick with one of these. I just want to find some like basic drums here. I mean, I guess we could also use this. We have some drum thing built in, right? How do I play this? D3. It's playing a bunch of stuff after it too. If I just want the snare sound, I'd have to cut this differently, right? What does this S do? Oh, it's for repeating it? Can I like move? Yeah, I don't want to... Whoa. Okay, that is quite loud. Rosaire, thank you for rating. I normally have a different audio setup because I'm not doing music stuff on stream. Welcome in, Keck. Welcome in, Mr. Who Cares. I hope you had a good stream. Thank you for the raid. We are trying out... How do I do this? Huh, that's weird. It's not auto-completing the name. There we go. We're trying out Renoise. I've never used this other than yesterday to try the tutorial, which I can't really say I used it. I just like clicked a couple of things. Thanks to the resub, Mr. Who Cares. So I want to make music for the game that I'm working on. And I made the soundtracks of the last two games that I created, but my process has changed a lot. And I wanted to try this out and learn how this works. All I'm trying to do right this second is find some percussion. And I can't exactly even figure that out. Like, we have a lot of instruments, and this one, for example, has a nice drum sound, but then it plays a bunch of stuff after it. I don't know how to get the after it stuff to stop. I'd probably have to like slice this differently. Delete all sample slots apart from this one. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, maybe I don't want to touch this just yet. But yeah, welcome everyone. Let me know if you have any questions. I have lots of questions. But I don't know what I'm doing. Instruments. What other drum things are here, I guess? And what did I even try? This one? Yeah. Here we go. So we have all of these. Okay, this one's not bad. Laid off for a while. I've been working on Leak Code. Got a couple of interviews coming up, so he's practicing for that. Oh, cool. Well, good luck to him. I hope it goes well. Always tough when a layoff happens. Archizen, this is not that kind of stream. So, yeah. I'm here making music. Or, well, trying to make music. I'm doing a bad job at it right now. All right, this one's not bad. Let's take a look at some of the other ones. I don't want to play like every single thing when I just press one note down. Oh, because of this. End up going back to see how Skeleteller did? Or are you just going to let the revenue come in? I did not go back to see how it did, no. Playing bone mode, nice. You getting gold medals? All right, I like some of these. I think this is pretty good. Plan to participate in the Vibe Coding Jam? No, I don't think I'll be doing any code or game jams for a while. Scenario 1 till 9 gold. Nice. Yeah, I tend to just focus on one project at a time. All right, so we go back to edit. We can now drop in some of these sounds. Where did the kick go? Why does it sometimes like cut it off? And what does this dot do? Yeah, it's strange. Game jam with a mini game? I mean, I just see that as stuck in a broken tutorial development. All right, so we want C3 here. I think we just press escape and then just press the C3. That's C4. There. Okay, so there's our... Nice. All right. Now, I learned some things about how you can make this easier. We could just do this. And then... There. Now we have a bunch of bass drums. So we could call this bass drum. Let's get something melodic over here. Where did the phrasing? How do you make it not play so many notes? Maybe it's just this thing. Sounds like Shifting Sandland in Super Mario 64. All right, maybe not this one. Maybe something else. Actually, we should probably find a bass here. Maybe not this. I don't like these. I don't like these at all. What about over here? What people use this sort of thing for? I don't like a lot of these ones. And I guess I could always sample the synth I bought. It sounds like a pretty crazy workflow if I'm going to do that. I want to just use pre-made stuff. Alright, so maybe just ignore that one. What else do we have in here? Multi-samples? Synth? This is all the same stuff. Yeah, I don't like that. Why are these named this way? A, B, P, S, P, Z? what am I supposed to take from that? Hang on one second. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. And there's a lot in here. We have a piano one. What does this sound like? Does not sound like piano. Probably messed something up. Man, there's probably an easier way to look through all these things too. Like, there's quite a lot here. Sine samples? Yeah, maybe we just stick with some like chiptune soundy things for right now. What about triangle? Okay, whatever. Let's try for now. All right, so I have an idea of what I'm doing here. think I need to go a lot faster if I were to do that, which I mean, we can just change the tempo here. I don't know. Let's just mess around with this. Sure, whatever. All right. So 2, 1 and 2. Wait. Oh, this never goes off? How do you not have a note? So this is the note. Wait, oh, there are 2 notes. Oh. Maybe I want to delete one of these. Actually, no, I don't want to delete one of those. What am I doing? Okay. So then this is probably the volume. What is 01? The track, maybe? This sounds exciting. I think once I have some amount of idea of what I'm doing, it'll go a lot better. All right, well, let's just record as I go through this. Yeah, how do we delete a note? How do you delete a note? Oh, maybe I need to go into... Yeah, this will work. There's just probably a better way to do this. All right, let's try this. All right, now this is poorly poorly quantized. Wait, and it's desynced now too? Yeah, like this should be at the top of this. So let's cut that and put that there. Then should probably be there. And yeah, same thing with this. Huh. Oh, nice, David. Happy 5 stream streak. Now the offs are going somewhere else. And I'm not sure how you add these in normally. I'll have to probably figure that out too. I don't like how this is sounding. I also don't like what the workflow is like so far, and that I need to quantize these like right after I record it. Here it is. Specify quantization amount in lines. Oh, and there's a bunch of quantized things here. Okay, that would probably have helped. Yeah, so how about we Command Z all of this stuff? There. And let's try again. Can I have it like play me in? Metronome. There's no like countdown that you can do? Renoise countdown before record. Record count in. Oh, I see. Because it loops, you could just set it down here. Like just start from there. No, wait, it starts from the top. How do you start from wherever you are? Maybe it's that button. No, I don't know. Yeah, what's LPB? Lines per beat. Oh, okay, sure. Huh. Yeah, huh. Hey, Noob, what was the reason for switching? I just wanted to try something else for some time. And I think a lot of video game music is made with trackers. It's been a long time since I've used a tracker program. I was saying this earlier, but the like original Botland that I started working on in Python back in like 2010, I used a tracker program for that. So yeah, I just want to give this a shot. And I'm not totally sure what the recording like methodology should be. Maybe let's just try this. like mess that up in the middle. How do you start playing from the current location, I wonder? Renoise play from cursor, yeah. Oh, Charlie, thanks for the resub. Keep up the good dev work. Thanks. Appreciate it. Default is left shift right control. Left shift right control. I don't even think I can press those keys. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. It's not even working the way I expect. Huh. I could just change it. Can I press shift space or something? I can. I should probably write that down. I'll just write some like general usage notes. I don't know. Maybe I should go in here. Play from cursor. All right. So where's the messed up section that I did? Wait, that didn't start from the current place. Oh, that's fine. And how do you listen to just whatever note is under the cursor, I wonder? Listen to note under cursor. Play note on cursor. Solo the track, then use enter. Enter. Oh, interesting. Okay. Play a single line at the cursor. That's kind of nice. It doesn't stop it though. So these should be at the same part here and here. If I had done that again, just space will stop it. Space will stop the notes from playing if there was no off command reached. I got to figure out how you input off commands too. But yeah, so let's see. So what should this have been? So this shouldn't have been there. What am I doing? There. I guess let's put the off there. Okay, how's that? There's I got to figure out what these things mean. I think this is the volume. Well, I don't know how to modify this. Got to figure that part out too. But there should also be some kind of like duration thing happening because this is not what I expect. Yeah, there's some micro timing thing here. So you can hear the C first. C sharp. Hey, Saurav. All right, so how do we figure out what these things mean? Renoise track column meanings. Tracker interface. Instrument, volume, panning, delay, local FX. Unfortunately, I changed the colors, so I cannot use what these colors are, but the numbers should at least match. So instrument, C sharp 5, that's the octave. 01 is the the track or this thing. Instrument, I guess. Yeah. All right. Then the next thing is the volume. Yep. Then the panning. Don't care about the panning right now. Then the delay. So delay is where the dashes are. Okay, so I see. So this is what's changing this. I had to figure out how to change this around. So keyboard, tracker, columns. So you'll see something like this. C sharp 5, 01, 60, D7. C sharp 5 is the note and octave. 01 is the instrument used. 60 is the what volume? Yeah. And D7 is the delay. In terms of timing, yeah. And then FX if I had any, which I don't. Local and master FX. I mean, let's just add those in. Fine. Z10, ZT80. Local FX, ZT80 is master FX. Okay, so my questions, which I should probably just store in my other notes that I have here. Questions, how do I input note off? How do I change the delay? If I just click this, volume, pan, delay, FX. I don't see the answer to any of my questions here. Maybe it's in one of these menus, like edit. No, I don't know how to do that. All right, let's look it up. Renoise input note off. Caps lock and A. Left shift, caps lock, left shift A. So if I want to put it here, I don't think that's working. Use caps lock while edit mode is on. Oh, edit mode has to be on. Oh. Ah, so it's just shift A with edit mode on. Okay, that's fine. Or maybe I'll say like while in edit mode. Insert note off. Okay, so that answers that question. Next question, how do I change the delay? It's presumably something in edit mode. Renoise change delay. Its own dedicated column at the bottom of the pattern editor. You'll see 3 buttons to toggle on and off. Volume, delay, and pan. This? Oh, interesting. This is to show the columns in the first place, but how do you change it? Huh. Someone made a plugin for this? Interesting. Wait. Huh, yeah. Can you change the clicked values on the track with scroll, maybe with shift? No, I don't think so. Oh man, what do we have? Oh, this is nice to know that this stuff exists. There it is, transpose. No, this is the delay I'm trying to change though. I don't want to transpose. That would change the pitch. Hey, Magnetic Bind. Yeah, new toy. Trying to figure out what in the world I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to do this. All right, well, this is when we ask ChatGPT. In Renoise, I played notes from my MIDI keyboard in a way that they weren't timed, in a way that they got inputted with a delay in the delay column. How do I change that numeric value for my computer keyboard? I had a typo. Editable directly from the keyboard. You just need to be in the right place. Oh, you can. Oh, maybe it knows when the. Okay. I did not think to actually press number keys here. So if I am in edit mode and I type like A, it moved down after doing that. Like 0. Yeah, it moves down. So I can change this easily, but I have to keep going back to it. Press tab to cycle through columns. I can't tab over to that. A and then a greater than sign. Wait, what does a greater than sign do? Does that do? Hang on one sec. Okay, my audio cables made it here. I'll probably take a break soon and go grab them. Nudge values up and down. Control up and down. Okay, what about that? Okay, I do not know how you nudge values up and down because that doesn't seem to work. Hey, Kevin. Why use it over other trackers, especially when some others are free? Renoise seemed pretty intuitive when I was trying it yesterday. I mean, now that I'm trying to do some actual like music making, there's some things I got to figure out. And it's been around for a really long time. So I figured there'd be a lot of resources on it too. But yeah, that was about it. I used a different free tracker program a long, long time ago. And yeah, maybe I should have tried more with free software. It says command. Maybe you don't need to be in edit mode for that. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to be doing here. Maybe this is just wrong. Press 0 to reset timing to exact step. So this is a delay from whatever it was. Yeah, I see. Okay, well, in edit mode, you can type a number to change the delay column with it selected. Yeah, so then it moves off of it though. Value of 0 is no delay. So this is how to get like micro timings, I guess. So if I do this, then it'll be aligned, and now I can just play the thing. Okay. Hey, Abdul MG. Edit mode sounds like Vim. Does sound like Vim. So do I have any other questions I did not answer here? I guess just how do I change the delay without moving the cursor afterward? Reminds the old Atari digit tracker. If it's meant to be, I know you linked a video, but if it's meant to be like a music thing, then they were all kind of very similar programs. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the old tracker programs looked, yeah, very similar. And you could get like Game Boy trackers too. Yeah, I think it's called Family Tracker. No, it's not called that. But you can play one like on a Game Boy, although that's probably pretty tedious. Do you find joy in long, high focus sessions like I do? I like when I'm making progress. I don't really feel like I'm making a lot of progress right now. Yeah, I used Milky Tracker way back then. That's the one I used too. Yeah, I think once I've used this program a bit more and I'm more familiar with which instruments I want, I think it'll be a bit easier. I do think I should probably take a break. I want to go grab those cables too. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Okay, hello again. I think I nudged my camera. I got the cables. I plugged them in. Let's see if I can use them. Close the game. What's this too? Will this work? Actually, maybe it's already working. I don't know. Oh, nice. Cool. Neat. Now I can stop this. No more need for headphones. Hey, Scholar. And thanks in advance. And hey, Legs. ABC and Charlie. Anyone else I did not say hi to? Okay, so here's what I'm torn on. How much should I go look at other music in the genre to figure out in general what I want? Like tempo, kind of chord progressions. I don't like the idea of doing this a lot. I've always liked kind of latent inspiration for things. I love this game we play. Inspiration is key. Yeah, I wonder if I should just mess around more. Oh, this is gonna bleed through the mic now, right? I guess I can mute that. Tempo, chord progression, etc. Go the melody under some constraints. Yeah. I think the other thing is I'm a little bit daunted by this program right now in terms of how I'm going to actually like make tracks. Am I self-taught, or was music what you did before programming? I wouldn't say I'm self-taught, and I wouldn't really say I ever like kind of professionally did music. I took piano lessons, I took some music theory in college, and I took some composition lessons. I didn't do a lot of music theory stuff, and I didn't do a lot of composition stuff. So piano, I cannot really say I'm self-taught for. The other stuff, I can't entirely say I'm self-taught, but I think it's like more self-taught than not. And then I've been trying to watch more YouTube videos on just, I don't know, different music ideas, essentially. Yeah, I really, really like making music. I like just being creative. And I think there is a level of mastery you have to get to with anything creative before you can express that creativity you want to express. Until then, you're kind of just tinkering around or doing cool things. And every once in a while, some of that's good. But like with game dev, for example, it took a while to get to the point where I feel like now I'm designing games better than when I started out. Okay, so let's see. Turn this down a bit. Oh, I can't turn it down. Why not? Oh, I see. So I'm not on the proxy audio device. Now I can turn it down, right? Yeah. Just create something so stupid you never normally make, but then end up liking it just so you took a different approach. Yeah, I think I need to delete a lot of this stuff, or at least time this correctly. I think that's another thing that's kind of tripping me up. Like, let's just mute this entirely. No, other way around. Okay, yeah. How bad would it be to input notes manually? Like, what if I just delete this entire track? How do you do that? Delete. Okay, so let's try this again. And I should be able to do this in edit mode, right? Hang on a second. think here. I don't know why this is so difficult for me to think about. All right, I don't have the off notes either. What if I just like drastically slowed everything down? Can you clear a track? I guess I could select everything and delete it. Oh, but that selects everything. How do you just select that track? Selection. Yeah, I guess I just need to select the whole thing. Is there an easy way to do that? I select one column of a track. There's a cursor where you want to start the beginning of your selection. Press Command B. Move the cursor where you want to end the selection. Press Command E. I guess I gotta just press home and then maybe just shift end or something. Yeah, okay, that'll work. Okay. Select entire track, home, shift, end. So just like anything else. Play from cursor, shift space. Oh, did that delete it? I guess I need to delete it afterward. That deleted everything. I want to delete the things in the selection. I guess I could just cut them. Yeah, but how would I have deleted them? Because when I press Command Backspace, it deleted everything. If I press just Backspace, it doesn't do anything. If I press Delete, it doesn't do anything. And Command Delete deletes the first track too. Huh. Okay, well, anyway, cut will work for now. To delete the notes, you can cut them after that. Okay, now I understand what my problem is. I don't know why this took me so long. I need this to be 3. Yeah, and then I need to recreate what I had done here. All right, so let's do this. So I set this to 3. And then I want to pick this instrument. No. Where's my bass drum? C3. Yeah, there we go. So I just need to do that. There. And delete this one. How do you clear a row? Alt delete clears the current row and the whole pattern. Not the whole pattern, I just want it in the track. Shift F3 will cut the entire track contents. Oh, that's super nice. Okay. If you just want to clear an entire track, Shift plus F3. All right, but how do you clear just a row from this? I wonder if F3 clears a row. No, F3 goes to a different dialog. Look at preferences, keys, pattern editor, track operations. Okay, let's just do that. Keys, pattern editor, track operations. There they are. Clear and copy. Oh, that copies them too. Clear muted columns, copy, expand, flip, humanize. Maybe it's a selection operation or something. Track control. Well, let's search for delete. Delete track, group, pattern. Clear current note or effect, delete. Clear whole row, alt delete. The whole row is everything, right? Alt delete doesn't seem to be working. Am I pressing delete? Yeah, I am. Huh, strange. Okay, shift delete worked. How do I select? Would that have cleared out something over here too, I wonder? Let's try that out. Shift delete. It's not selected anymore, right? Yeah. Clear row in track. Shift delete. Okay, great. So now I would just put that back in. Got it. All right, so now we have our... Oh, nope, that deleted everything. Oh, I hit command delete. Okay, got it. Yeah, now this should not go to 64, should it? How do you change that? Oh, here, right here. So if we want, I don't know, let's just figure it out as we do it. I don't know what size I want this to be. That's what I'm saying. I know how to change it now. All right. So now we can get to my instrument that I had over here. Hang on a second. There. All right, now how do we input an off thing? I wrote it down, Shift A. Shift A, Shift A. And this is actually 2 notes, so we do something like that. Yeah. Should I move this up here? Ah, I need to learn how to extend the selection now. All right, that kind of worked. Oh, I'm going to figure this stuff out. I think I want single click to select a particular row. Like it doesn't change the cursor. Can I middle click and do that? No. Yeah, I have to double click to do that. It's not bad necessarily. Still wrong. I don't have a delay column showing because I don't have a delay. All right. This is going to drive me nuts. Yeah, I wonder if I should try a different track entirely. I think the rhythm is messing me up. Looks like hexadecimal piano. Yeah, it pretty much is. You want the kick every 3? I did, at least I think so, but I'm not sure. Maybe we try something like this. I did just want to experiment. I think there's probably something to be said for sticking with this one. You want 332? I don't think I want the bass drum to change. I don't know. I gotta like stop and think about this. Yeah, I gotta stop and think about this. The other thing is I don't really have a tune in my head. So I'm approaching this from like two different ways. One is the like tiny amount that I do have. And then the other is to play it on piano. And I haven't solidified anything yet. That I want to have. Yeah, I don't know. I think I think we should just mess around with stuff instead of trying to figure out like this particular one. I kind of like what this is building up to, but I think I should just be learning Renoise and not trying to actually like make up a thing I have in my mind yet. Yeah, maybe that's a better idea. All right, let's clear this whole thing. So Shift F3. And actually, let's just start a new song. I don't want to start a new song. Let's clear this too. It says back to 64, this back to 4. Then, yeah, I guess let me just mess around for a little bit and figure out what I want to actually do. What was the old Botland music? I don't have enough keys for this. Pico Tracker is able to integrate with Renoise. Probably in a little bit of like the way you'd expect. You could probably transfer notes and stuff, but there are probably going to be some proprietary effects in each one of these things where you couldn't get it to be exact. You'd also need all the different samples that you used. So it wouldn't be impossible. It's just probably not easy. Now, I do think you could probably get close with like an AI created tool. If you just said, hey, I've got the Pico Tracker stuff in this format, and here are all my samples, and then Renoise in this format, and here are all the samples, like write something that converts. If someone hasn't already done this already, and it probably could. But I don't have a Pico Tracker. If this all goes well enough and I end up making music that I like with this, I think it could be worth investing in. But even then, it's just you can make this stuff on the go. And you could just do that with a laptop. Like, yeah, a laptop is probably just a better investment with Renoise, I mean. Heard of the Pico Tracker being really good when you learn it. Lots of menu diving, I heard, though. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I think the interface is set up well from what I understand, but still, it's only got whatever it is, 6 keys or something. So there are a lot of chorded movements you have to do. And yeah, getting like very used to that workflow. And if you end up making a lot of music, I think it's worthwhile. It'll probably pay off. Have you looked into Strudel at all? What is that? Oh, this. I think I've heard of this. Yeah, I haven't ever used this. Okay, yeah. So let me stop floundering around. Let's think of some melody here. What can we do? Maybe I should do something that's a little bit more. Yeah, maybe I should do that other track that I had the idea for the. Let's go. Yeah, that might work a little bit better for doing this. Okay, let's try that out. There is one thing about that track that I need to figure out still, which is how does it go after that? Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to hear this. I could like move the mic, but it's not really gonna work that well. Hmm. Yeah, there's some bridge part of that that I don't remember. I think I started to make this in FL Studio at one point and never actually finished it. But yeah, okay, let's mess around with that. I'll just kind of see where it takes me. It won't be the actual track that I want to do. But all right, let's see. So this should start with a pickup. I wonder how you do that. Because I'd probably just make a pattern and start it at the very bottom of the pattern. Oh, hey, that's there still. Let's clear that out. Pickup. It's technically an anacrusis. I don't know how to do this. See the previous pattern and sequence for pickups. Yeah, I guess you just add a pattern before it. Okay, well, let's put it here then. So note. Yeah, so that'll be our first thing here. We'll call this triangle wave. And I think you can name these things too. Yeah, here we go. So we'll just say anacrusis and then make a new pattern. And then this is where this will start. Yeah, so there's a do, do, do. Okay, how's that? Gotta set the BPM way lower. You gotta start from here. How do you do that? Ah, I see. Yeah, there's probably some like effect that skips you to the end of something. Meta routing send. It's probably this. I mean, I don't know for sure. That'd be my guess. Is there help on this? No. Well, let's just try double clicking it and see what happens. No, I don't think that's right. Renoise skip to end of track. I am just gonna chat GPT this. In Renoise, how do I set up an anacrusis? Shorten the first pattern. Oh, you can shorten individual patterns? I didn't realize that. Okay, well then that's easy. So I could just click this and shorten this to something like that. But that would have deleted my notes if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So I got to copy these up to here and then shorten this down to 4, right? Oh, easy. Cool. Anacrusis. Simply shorten the length of the first pattern in the sequence using the number, using the numerical input, which starts at 64 at the upper left of the pattern. Freak technique. Okay, so do 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 do. Okay, now let's keep going. There we go. I don't have tracker blocker. Do, do, do. Okay. What did I just do? Why didn't it go from 1 to 2? Yeah, nice. Okay. Oops, I'm in edit mode. No, 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 no. What did I just do? What did I do? Do, do. Okay. Am I in? How do I select this? I don't know how to do that. Yeah, what? How do you actually like select a thing over here? What do these things do? Huh. What does it do? Renoise sequencer help? There should be something that, yeah, here. There should be something that points to what it is I want. Working with selections, clicking on the number slot itself allows you to select it. Likewise, clicking and dragging will select a sequence. You can also click once and then shift click another. How do I like open that pattern though? Yeah, strange. I don't know how to do that. Like I'm scrolling. Oh, you have to scroll in here. I would not have expected that. Sequencer. Scroll to edit a particular pattern. Really? Is there no other way to do that? Huh, okay. So yeah, I wanted to potentially add in some bass drum here. Okay. Yeah, let's add this in. So this is going to be very boring sounding, but let's see. Once every 8 is probably fine. So I guess I would just delete these now. Which is what, shift delete? No, because I need to somehow select this. So it's like shift left delete. There's got to be a better way to do that. And then, if I'm not mistaken, copying this, I mean, I could have done this a bunch of ways. And I chose this way, the way of pain. But if I click this thing, I can just drag this down to here. No, I should have copied it onto there. Nice. Okay. That's interesting. I mean, I am learning this. And I do think it was a good idea to try on something simpler that was already in my head. All right, so let's add in some other percussion, which we might already have, now that I think about it. Captions going ham. What are they doing? With what? Just the music? Or is it something else happening? Yeah, music. Oh, you got it. All right, so clap. Where'd the rest of the drums go? It's B2 up to A sharp 5, but not consistently. Hey, Stefan. Very much looks like a good old tracker. Is it? Yeah, this is Renoise. It is a tracker program. Also, I realized that your message was from like 20 minutes ago, but I only just saw it now. Sorry about that. I'm like very focused on learning Renoise, and I was only looking at Twitch chat. Cash is that do. Not too far off. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to try a bass, which means we need to go searching through these again. Alternatively, I just use anything else. I don't know, something like this. Oh, let's. Wouldn't have the note. That's not bad. Yeah, something like that. Let's add that in. This is not what this instrument is, so let's put it here. What? That doesn't sound lower. Or, sorry, of course it's lower. What I meant is, why does it sound so much lower? Okay, no, this is not right. No, something's wrong here. What? Let me just delete this. Yeah. It's like it's not tuned. There's probably something weird going on here. Huh. Oh, I have a whole bunch of... Oh, wow. It probably wasn't. Okay, yeah, I was using the A1 before, and I need to use the C1 instead. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this particular instrument now. Might as well input it anyway. Oh, and I have home and end buttons on the mouse. I should use those. All right, so... Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. That can't be right. No, that can't be right. I gotta change that. Sounds terrible. Sounds horrible. All right, let's delete that. Let's find something else here. I mean, that's better. Let's just try that. Yeah, so not bad, but we would need to change this thing so that it is quieter, like that maybe. Yeah, and then we need to, of course, turn off the notes at some point, which we could do here. How do you type in note off for everything? Oh, is this just the 0 value for any particular column? Like if I showed delay and I had this set to, let's say, 70 something, could I just type Shift A? No, that's an A. All right, never mind. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. So, meta thought here. Music production already takes me a very long time. I think it's still worth learning this program and everything. Like I don't regret the purchase yet. I'm not saying that I won't eventually at some point, but it's been very little time right now, and I know that I haven't really done a lot. but I've got to be putting in the time for that practice. I think that I don't know, I have very unstructured thoughts here. Like, for one, is it worth it doing like this level of learning on stream? Should I instead try learning the basics off stream first? And if so, like, where is that time coming from? And then, yeah, is this the best way for me to be making music? Like, is it worth adopting a new workflow? And I think my answer so far is it's worth trying this out. Whether or not it will have paid off is a different question. I like watching people learn new things. Yeah, it is the name of the channel after all, as Magnetic Mind says. I just, yeah, I guess I just needed to devote time to music. Difficult to distinguish between learning and floundering. Yeah. I think just time and practice is the important stuff. I think part of what feels a little bit bad about this is I'm not actually making music that I want to put into the game yet. I'm just learning. I also think that with sample-based editors, there's a lot of like, hey, just get samples that already sound good. And then you have licensing issues to go through. Like, what if you take something from the Super Nintendo? Are you allowed to use that? Like, probably not. Hey, recently, yeah, I got it a couple hours ago. It's called Renoise. It's been out for a very, very long time. What's your goal in the sense of, do you want to accomplish the best possible music or have fun in the process? I think the goal is really just learn this. And it's kind of strange to say, but I think a lot of learning something is just putting in time. Like, yeah, I have specific questions and I've been answering some of those and I'm getting more comfortable with the interface and everything. But there's a lot that you can do with this. Also, the other thing, how do you save? Let's figure out how to save this. Save song as, all right, I don't know where this is trying to save right now. Let me go find a better place to put this. I'll make a Renoise folder. Whoop, what just happened? I don't know what that did. Renoise. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to call this like just learning. Man, it does not like making new folders here. Okay, so we'll just call this first. Yeah, so now I could go over to help and then tutorials. They have a whole bunch of things in here. And I should maybe listen to some of these and figure out like what are they doing? How do they accomplish this? Once you're looking at what someone else has done though, it usually seems straightforward. And then when you're trying to do it yourself, it's a little bit more difficult. Lines per beat, maybe melodies. Like, what is this? Sit back, relax, and let the maybe command play some nice melodies and beats for you. The maybe command. What are they talking about? There's some cool stuff going on in here. We keep the learning curve going. I'd probably need to put in some time elsewhere throughout the week. I think part of the other concern here about like learning this now is am I vulnerable enough on stream to learn? Like, there is a lot of just messing around when it comes to this stuff. And yeah, like what's the most important thing for the demo of the game? I think getting the music done for this is important, or at least starting on this stuff. Yeah, so let me take a look at where they're getting their drum stuff happening here. Yeah, here we go, kicks. I want to see. So if I just solo this. How do you solo? There we go. They have a lot of percussion here. But then what? This is fed through. Oh, I turn this all back on now. What is this maybe command that they're talking about here? I would have expected it to be an effect. I see filter, send. What is this? Compressor. Reverb. Huh. I feel like this should come with a little bit more information about what they're talking about with the maybe command. Don't save. The maybe command, play some nice melodies. What does that mean? Is it an actual command? What does this? Instrument commands. Maybe trigger the line with probability XX. Okay, I see. So I should find this somewhere over here, maybe? There it is. Maybe trigger. It's on the sample? Maybe this? Effects. Ah, okay. So one of these probably has an effect. I don't know. What? No, none of them do. Isn't it? So it's not a sample effect, it's a track effect? Or there's a plugin? There's no plugin. But there are only so many tracks here. I didn't see it on any of these. This is like down here somewhere. There's a filter, a low pass filter, a send effect. I don't know. I don't know where they put this. I feel like they probably should have mentioned something in a little help thing and said like, here's how you see this, or here's what you do with it. It could potentially be in volume. Yeah, I guess that's what that is. The Y8 there. Maybe trigger note. Okay, yeah. Hey, Cavino. Did you get swindled by a roach farmer? Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Simran. Hey, Bongo. Bongo, I mean. Let me give a shout out to Cavino. You put on a note column or effect column. Yeah, yeah. I see it here now. Now I understand what's going on. So this is Renoise, everybody. I want to make the soundtrack for my next game. I made it for the last two games, and I wanted to try using a tracker program. So I bought this over lunchtime, and now we're just learning it and messing around. I haven't made anything cool with it. I don't have anything to show you. This is me learning stuff. Staying true to my Twitch name. Yeah. So this is a demo track, And the special thing about this demo track is there's this like Y8 here, Y8 over here. I don't know if this Y00 means it as well, but these will potentially play a note. I don't think this is helpful for a video game. I think this is helpful for live performance where you want it to be a little different every time maybe. But in a video game, this is all going to get converted into a WAV file or something. And then it doesn't matter if this was maybe or not. You could have just condensed it into one thing. So, okay, that's neat to have learned about, I suppose. What else do we have here? Beat synced wobbles. Quick technique to get perfectly beat synced wobbles. In this example, I'm using a Hydra connected to a gainer and low pass filter. You could easily connect other devices and effects to the Hydra in order to get a more interesting sound. All right, so this is actual like helpful stuff in here. Let me just copy this out for now. Whoop, that doesn't like that. Can I not? There we go. Yeah, take care, Camino. I understand. Gonna risk it and go outside. Yeah, I hope you have good weather over there. Have a good one. Thanks for the raid. Predict what RNG they're gonna get. Okay, so what are they doing here? The shape LFO controls the shape of the wobble. You can change this LFO to a different mode or draw your own custom envelope to easily change the characteristics. Key tracker resets the LFO with each note. This ensures that each wobble is perfectly synced. This sounds complicated. Speed LFO. Key tracker, shape LFO. Is the Hydra some distortion filter? Does it say it over here somewhere? Hydra, what is this? Doesn't tell you. Doing all the DAW things in a tracker? Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, I see. I guess in the Hydra, you put other things in here. So there's gainer, filter, there's some other stuff. There's also Hydra within the Hydra. I guess that's why it's called the Hydra. It's got many heads, many things you can do with this. What does that one do? Whoa, okay, that's a little, I'm never using that. You look tired? I'm a little bit tired, yeah. I've done a lot of like learning and different stuff today. Welcome to the Matrix. Yeah. Yeah, let me look through one of these other ones too. What else do we have here? Cross-track routing. Short tutorial song demonstrates the possibilities of cross-track routing for injecting life into otherwise plain sounds. First pattern plays the drum loop and bass sounds in their standard unaltered forms. In the second pattern, you can hear how the bass line is modulated by the... Oh, I looked at this. I think I did this in the tutorial yesterday. And I don't think this is super interesting for me. Delay column humanize. Another usage of the delay column. By putting very small kind of random delay values on your drums, you can make them feel a bit more natural. Changes are subtle, so listen carefully. Can you put negative delays? Have they ever done that? Delay is that column. So in here, it must be used at some point. Yeah, here it is. I think. No, that's not it. This one has a 3 on it. And this has 32. I guess you'd put it on the note before. It's always positive. They added some reverb on this. How'd they do that? EQ, maximizer. What's this? MP reverb, drum reverb. Okay. So what is this thing? This is a track, but they somehow... They somehow have this go to that track. There's got to be some way to set that up, right? Oh, there's a send here. Is that what that does? Receiver CMP. Oh, there's another one? Oh, there it is. And then this sends to the drum one? So this is a compressor. This does not have a send to the drum one. What? Maybe the snare one goes there? Yeah, the snare one goes there. Ah, interesting. Okay. So send lets you send from one track to another track. Why would you do that, I wonder? Maybe if you want to reuse an effect across tracks. The automation stuff is all over here. You can control everything in a graph if you want. I've never used this, so I don't know how to use this. I guess you just draw stuff. Yeah. So this works like how it does in Fruity Loop Studio, at least. This is kind of interesting. I didn't know you could do this stuff. So send effect. This lets you send. It's not even, it's got to be to an FX track. How do you even do that? It's going to be like a new track here. Insert track. Where'd that go? I think I accidentally clicked delete. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so new track. SO3 is the name. So let's call this Testeroni. Now, if we wanted to send, let's say, all this stuff is already going somewhere, right? Is this one? Yeah, this one is too. All right, so let's make another track. Now let's put some notes on here. There. And then let's send this one to the Testeroni track. Yeah, interesting. Okay. I assume side chaining. I'm not totally sure what side chaining is, but possibly. uh, so this doesn't have any effects on it. How does it know that this isn't a note track? Like, what if I just started playing notes here? I can't. How does it know that? Hmm. Well, what if I added a track in the middle of this? This has a note column. I can't turn that off though, right? I could turn it off. So this is a like track. Yeah, I guess track 5 is fine. Who cares? And I want to try sending this one to track 5. I can't. Yeah. So I think you need to like delete notes from this somehow. I don't know how you do that. Hmm. Yeah, so any tracks you insert at the end seem to be effects tracks. What what indicates that? Like if I make a new song, can I just don't save? Yeah, I think if you just insert one at the end, it's effect. It's an effect track. Yeah, that seems like what's happening here. Okay. So now I could add a send over here. And yep, pick those. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. So this lets you send a track to another track, to an effects track. Think you would use this when you want multiple tracks to use the same effects. You may want several drums to go through the same reverb without having to duplicate the effects. Cuts volume out of other tracks while the kick is hitting, makes every beat sound like it swells a little bit. I see. I call that ducking. Is it the same thing? Easy, great technique used to make kicks seem louder. Maybe maybe the same thing. I don't know. Okay, so let's you send a track to an effects track, and then yeah, to make an effects track, I think you have to scroll the pattern to the right side and insert a track at the end. I think their insertion location determines whether you can send to them. Oops. Oh god. I think I just switched modes. What happened here? I can't type anymore. I like accidentally pressed a shortcut I didn't even know I had. There we go. It's Command E apparently. Okay, so let's go back to that tutorial then. This one. Was it this one? One of them, yeah, I just had snare drums with a reverb on it. Yeah. So is that what they use this for? Because if they don't use each one of these multiple times, then I wouldn't understand why they do it. They have CMP here and they have drum rev here. So this sends to CMP. This sends to drum rev. This sends to drum rev, and CMP. Okay, yeah. So then that must be why. Oh, this sends to both. Oh, wow. I didn't know you could do that. You get a multiple sends. You can have multiple send effects on the same track. Yeah, so it'll be done in order. So this will do the drum, reverb, and then a compressor. Interesting. Sure. Okay, what else do we have here? Sublines? What does that mean? Show one usage of the delay column. It's hidden by default. Click delay. Yep, I already know about that. Column lets you define a delay and the triggering of a note. A value from no delay to almost a row of delay. Yep. Look how in this pattern we use the delay column to create a guitar arpeggio in a quite self-explanatory way. What is the point of the drums? Are you able to set beats per minute per? Oh, wow. You can set it per pattern. Interesting. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So they just set the BPM really low and then use delay to do something like this. I guess that was the point of the drums too, and I just didn't notice. Okay, yeah. I think so. So they're delaying this by half a beat. Yep, that's why. The bass and then the whatever that is, the snare. Oh, hi-hat, I guess. Are playing like that? Yeah. Interesting. Okay. What else do we have here? Ducking, side chaining. First pattern features only the kick drum, just to give you an idea. I listened to this, but I thought this was named something else over here. Cross-track routing. Oh, they're just similar. So this drum loop is coming from an actual sample that is a drum loop. How do I play this? Yeah, I see. Cross-track routing doesn't just use it for volume, I think is the point. Yeah. Wait, I should probably go back to this and understand what's going on, right? So this HP is a high-pass filter, I'm guessing? HP. Oh, they just minimize these. They have a bunch of stuff. And they have what, both of these things sending over there? Signal follower, Hydra. Where does that come in? Destination. Signal follower. Yeah, I don't think I understand that. I guess the LFO is controlling this. How though? Is there... Okay, this one's a little bit more complex. I'm not actually totally sure what's going on here. You making beats now? No, I'm just learning stuff for right now. I eventually want to make music, not just beats. All right, let's figure out what Hydra is. Allows mapping of its input value toward up to 9 different destinations. And what's its input in this case? Signal follower watches the volume to convert it into a single number that scales some other effect. Okay, thank you, LIFO. Where was that signal follower now? Over here, right? Yeah. And what is this? Cabinet simulator? Wow, crazy. Takes a single value and maps it to n parameters across different effect parameters. Are you wearing a backwards hat? Mapping its input value toward up to 9 destinations. Okay, let's write this down because, yeah, I don't know. Meta effects. So that's send. Hydra. Hydra is here. How do we link to this? Like so. So let's you send an input value to many different destinations. Interesting. Yeah, Adam Bro has the glasses at least. Maybe Adam W? That one? Okay, so what else is here that I haven't looked at? Glide and pitch. This would be helpful. How to use sample pitch commands. OGXX will glide to the specified notes at the given speed instead of re-triggering them. And this will slide up or down. Both commands, each 10 correspond to a semitone. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's just play this one. I messed this up. I was just playing this one. How did I screw this up? Such that I'm not playing this at all now? Oh, maybe this is being fed into the other one? Let me just reload this whole thing. Because I don't know what I did wrong. Alright, I want to just turn this off. Interesting. So these are effects you can just put over here. How do you do that? Because, yeah, I saw this with something else too, right? There. Oh, here we go. So what? I just go into edit mode and then just type a G? Oh, okay. Well, the G in this case went somewhere else. So if I do that. I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, go Dev. This is a sample based tracker program. So there's no actual synth here as far as I know. It'll just play back samples, and yeah, it does so in like the classic tracker way where you lay down notes and effects and yeah, look at your music as though it's Vim. Not really, but kind of close. So I wonder, let's delete this. And let's set this to an 8. Interesting. The LFO is a very low synth. Yeah, but it's not meant to be necessarily treated as sound. But you probably could feed it into the sample somehow. All right, yeah, it seems like you can just type these out. But what was the other one that I found? There was another one of these sorts of effects. We saw U, D, and G all in this one. What are these other ones? Oh, right, the M one, the maybe, which was Y? Yeah, maybe trigger. Okay, I see. So you can type in different effects. And this is just in the FX column. But then I also see, oh no, this is named glide effects. That's a track name. Okay, I see. Got it. Okay, so effects. So that's this page, effect commands. They're technically not effects, they're effect commands. So in the FX column of a track, you can type various commands. So what happens if I type the G in the beginning? Let's just listen to the very beginning of this. So it makes that sound. And if I type the G here, what does that do? So it's not an effect now. So you can type invalid effects. Yeah. So what does it mean when you don't have a valid effect? Or maybe that's what plugins are for. Maybe you can add different effects later. I wonder how you're supposed to input this. But yeah, let's write this down. These have various commands. You would input these in edit mode by just typing something like, so if I did want this to just be a G here, I guess I delete the whole thing and then just type G. And now I have to go back up to it. G10 to glide up by a semitone. Is that correct? 10 is a whole semitone. Okay. Yeah, cool. What am I still missing here? Meta mixer? What's that? Used to blend multiple different meta devices together into a combined signal that can in turn be used to control other devices. By varying the weight of each input, you can alter how much influence that particular input has over the final output signal. Automating these weights over time lets you morph between each device. Okay, what are they doing? I'm gonna stop this. What is this last one? Right, I want to see what this is doing. Ever make a mini game set on a train and just need a bunch of noise? All right, so what is going on here? And what is this FX 4A? Is that a thing you can do? Set arpeggio. I'm trying to figure out what this means in the effects column. And I think, if I'm understanding this correctly, it's got to be something on this page. These all start with 4A. These all start with 4B. But like BXX, play phrase backwards. There's probably some other thing that, here it is. X, Y, Z, Z. Also change any track effect parameter with the effect commands by using the first digit to target a specific device in the effect chain. The Xth device. So what does that mean? What is the device? I think it's this sort of thing. So this is 0 maybe? This is 1, 2, 3, and 4 points. So is this changing as I'm... I don't even know where that went. No, I don't see what this is doing. Maybe these aren't devices though. I'm not actually totally sure. If you have a distortion device as the first effect in the chain, then 13FF will set the distortion's tone parameter. Oh yeah. I think I am correct about this. So first effect in the chain, yeah, and I was correct about the offset too. But then why 0, 1, 2, 3, 4? It would just be points. I don't even know what points. Oh, is this part of the prior thing? How do you minimize these? This. And this. Okay, so let's figure out which one of these is number 4. Oh, so it's meta mixer apparently. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. LFO sweep has points as part of it. So it's this that's changing every time we do something. And we should be able to understand what this is, right? Because the 4 means this device. The A means the 10th thing in here. Yth parameter in the device. How do you figure out the parameters? I guess you could just go over to here and find out probably. It's in meta mixer. I don't see it at all. Yeah, that's strange. But it's probably like that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Input C. I'm not sure, but yeah, let's write that down. Can change any track effect parameter. Can also change any track effect parameter with effect commands. Track effects. Using effect commands within a row of the track. This takes the form X, Y, Z, Z. X is the track device index starting at 0. So if you add a distortion effect to the track, then you would set X to 1. Y is the parameter within that effect you want to change. And then ZZ is the value to change it to. Okay. Yeah, it's good to know. I'm still not totally certain how this works, but I guess I could just try it myself. You can make a new song here, don't save, and just add anything here. Chorus, sure. So now we have a chorus here. Now let's put this thing up there. Okay, so if I just change this. Yeah. This is the hertz of that. Let's put one of these things over here. So there we go. Now it's just going to play a note. And then in FX, we should be able to change this to 1 for the chorus. And then I guess 0 for the rate. And set this to 10. A. I don't know if that'll work. No, I don't know what I just did. Maybe this is 1 as well. Oh, I think that did work. But it set it to 0.4 hertz. If I set this to A. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, so cool. If I add a chorus effect to the track and set FX11AA on a row, it will modify the rate of the chorus effect to be this particular number, 6.67. I don't totally understand why that's the case. Yeah, there's probably some reason here. Like maybe we can find chorus. No, I can't find it. Chorus effect. Audio effects. Chorus. Yeah, I don't know how they got that. Also, what's this thing do? Oh, wait, you can see this over there? So if I just change this to like 7, that doesn't change that. Oh, interesting. It tells you right at the bottom of the window. That's really nice. Okay. You don't need to guess at all with this stuff. Simply drag a control, simply change an effect value in the track, and the bottom of the window will tell you what the XYZZ code would be for that change. So I just need to take a picture here. Dragging this shows 1165 at the bottom. Down below. Nice. Yeah, Shotter is great. But what's the one I used on Windows? ShareX? ShareX is really good too. All right, nice. So I have learned a bunch. Now, what is this? This tutorial song shows some meta device and pattern command tricks. Creates various different sounds from a simple sine wave using native Renoise FX only. Navigate through the tracks and take a look at the track DSPs and patterns to see how the sounds and devices are assembled used here. Meta devices are a very powerful and unique feature of Renoise. Okay. Okay, let's look at one of these things. So distortion, EQ, filter. And they've got some of these. This is pitch shifting downward, we learned. Because it's D and U is shifting upward. All right. What am I supposed to learn from this? DC offset, lo-fi map, filter, distortion, gainer. I mean, something that seems clear enough from this is you can do a lot with effects. What is this doing here? This looks unused. Maybe nothing sends to it. Chords. So the only sample they use is just a sine wave for this entire track. Interesting. Okay, well, I think there is a lot here. Yeah, I think I need to tinker with this a little bit more before the next music stream. Let me kind of get toward wrapping up at least. There's so much like hardware over here. I have two computer keyboards, two piano keyboards, a controller, and headphones, and all those cables are going all over the place. So I want to write this here. Spend the afternoon developing the platform to no. Spend the afternoon learning Renoise, which I purchased on my lunch break. It is pretty daunting, even though each individual part isn't that hard to learn. I shouldn't say is pretty daunting. It felt daunting. Yeah, I had more cables delivered. So now my speakers are plugged in. My piano's plugged in. I had this. Let me show you. I can't find it. Oh, here. Okay, so I had this audio interface, this like bright red one. It's a Behringer one. And it's got these RCA outputs here. I realized why this was frustrating for me to use. And it wasn't until I was talking to my wife about it that I finally concluded. So with this thing, my particular piano, I have a Yamaha P155. There's one volume control, and it's just the knob on the top of the piano. That controls the speaker output, the headphone output, and the like, I guess any like aux output. In order for it to sound good on the stream when I was using this interface, I would need to like blast the volume, which meant that if I had headphones plugged in, it would be obnoxiously loud. So then I had to stick like a dummy jack into the piano so that it wouldn't play sound anymore, and then plug in my headphones into the monitor on this thing, and then control it with this really sucky sound slider here. Anyway, the audio quality wasn't great, but that was all really tedious. So now I'm using my new audio interface, and it all works great. There's no line out that you'd pull into a mixing desk. I'm not sure what you're asking. So yeah, let me think about this. So next week there's something special going on, which is Friday is going to be the Twitch front page. I think normally I want to do music streams on Fridays, but not this coming Friday. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably like play Skeleseller, and we'll work on the new game to some extent. What's the new interface? I think I have it listed here. Let me take a look. It's an AudioBox Go. Yeah, here it is. It was 75 bucks. And I had to buy some balance cables for it. But yeah, I think it's been pretty good. The one weird thing is if you're on Mac, you cannot control the volume through the OS. So see how I can do this like on every Mac? This is because I had to install a proxy audio device that proxies to the AudioBox Go. If I just select this, it'll play. But now you can see this little dialogue here just shows the interdiction symbol on it. This is not good because then you have to use the hardware knob to control it, and it's just harder to be precise about it. So anyway, next week, so I think what we'll do is maybe like Thursday will be the music stream, and yeah, Friday will be the special day. And then I just booked my trip for like May 2nd to May 13th. I will not be streaming. So we only have 3 more normal weeks minus the 17th. That's an unusual day. But yeah, so Monday I plan on starting the farming game or sub game of Stuck in a Broken Tutorial. I think that'll be fun. And yeah, I have a bunch of work to do over the weekend, I guess. So let me go find someone to raid. All right, since I was doing music today, let's go raid Chewy Melodies, who plays music way better than I do. Thank you all for watching. Here's a link to Discord. I'll be back on Monday. I hope you all have a good weekend. Thanks for bearing with me in the music streams. I will hopefully actually make progress at some point. Take care though. Bye everyone.